Imagine this, a night in the Middle East. A war breaks out, not a small skirmish. A full-scale conflict involving the United States, Israel, and Iran. Oil prices spike. Markets around the world tremble, and the unthinkable, the threat of a third world war. But here's the real question: who's really responsible for this? Is it just one country acting recklessly? Or decades of politics, secret operations, and raw power finally colliding? Tonight, we'll dive into that question. We'll look at the players, the mistakes, the consequences. Because in this story, no one comes out clean. And everyone has something to lose. The tension between Iran and Israel. It's not new. It's been simmering for years. Under the radar, cyber attacks, secret operations, proxy wars spreading across the Middle East. Israel says Iran's nuclear program is an existential threat. Iran says Israel, backed by the U.S., is an aggressor. Leaders like Benjamin Netanyahu and Ali Khamenei have been playing this high-stakes game for decades. But here's the catch: reality is never black and white. Every player in this story has acted to protect their own interests. The U.S. has been in the Middle East for decades. The 2003 Iraq invasion changed everything. Iran filled the power vacuum, spreading influence in Lebanon, Iraq, and Syria. Israel, feeling threatened, responded with covert strikes. This isn't a simple story of good versus evil. It's a chessboard, and every piece is trying to survive. The most dangerous element: Iran's nuclear program. The U.S. and Israel warn. A nuclear-armed Iran could flip the Middle East's balance of power completely. Sanctions have failed, diplomatic talks have stalled. Iran insists it's for energy and science, not weapons. Here's the real question: if nuclear weapons are dangerous, should only certain countries have them? This is the kind of question that keeps analysts awake at night. If the U.S., Israel, and Iran go to war, controlling it would be nearly impossible. Why? Because it won't stay contained. Hezbollah in Lebanon, militias in Iraq, U.S. bases across the Gulf, all potential fronts. And the Strait of Hormuz, about 20% of the world's oil passes through this tiny waterway. Block it, and the shockwaves ripple across the entire global economy. History teaches us this: wars rarely go as planned. Iraq, Afghanistan, military power alone rarely brings stability. A war with Iran could destabilize the entire Middle East and drag global powers in ways no one expects. Maybe the most important question is this: was this war inevitable? Or is it just decades of fear, politics, and power finally boiling over? The U.S. and Israel talk about national security. Iran talks about resistance, but here's the truth. In war, the biggest victims are always ordinary people, and maybe that's the part of the story most of the world misses.